last day.
Okay, so 5:30 in the morning. This is the last day of that fucking crazy 16-hour week, work shift week. And I'm glad it is, because I'm telling you guys, I'm done slaving away my life for this money, you know? Because I'm not even getting paid that much. I'm actually on minimum wage. I'm just selling myself. That's what I realized. I'm selling my life for like minimum hourly rates, and I'm just trying to work as many hours as possible. I think that in July, like this month, I will probably hit something close to 300 hours at slavery work, you know? 300 hours at work at the age of 18 in July, in holiday, bro. It's holiday, and I'm working like hell. It is a very important realization, is that I need to start to go through strategic burnout sessions, like these micro times. Who the fuck is driving here at 5 a.m? I'm sorry. I need to go through strategic burnout sessions, and what that means is that I will do these jumps when I go into extreme work period. I work like hell. I'm trying my fucking best throughout, let's say, like a 6 week, and not only in the 9 to 5, because honestly 9 to 5 is just like a part of this shit, because this 9 to 5 this environment that I've created for myself. So strategic burnout, and I will do these periods of times when, let's say, 6 weeks, because 9 to 5 is just only a cash out to be able to move out as fast as possible and to have my own environment as fast as possible, to not really get distracted and to get into that period seriously. And 9 to 5 is just for survival. What is the most important is what happens outside of the 9 to 5, when I will have 3 days, and also during the breaks, because I can actually work inside my 9 to 5 to get out of 9 to 5, you know? I hope it made sense. I will explain that concept more later, but simply that's what's going on. And what is very important is that I will try to go through these strategic burnout sessions when I, let's say, take 6 weeks and I really fucking push. Like I push to the oblivion, then I get close to burnout, or even to the burnout, but I don't go past it. Like I hit the limit that I've had. Let's say, for example, this week I feel pretty burnt out. I think I burnt myself up, like to the point of, I would say 80-90% right now in July, because of these 300 hours. And it's only because of the like 9 to 5 that I'm doing, and this selling my soul activity. So it didn't require much like intellectual effort, right? It just required my time to go and slave away. So I think I have this limit. It's not like a month. Simply, I would not be able. I will just not be able to keep up the hours that I've made. I will not be able to work 300 hours, or maybe I would. I don't know. I will try it. I will not be able to work 300 hours through the intellectual tasks that really requires a lot of intelligence and a lot of focus, because I just don't have that much brain capacity, you know? So we'll go through these strategic burnouts, and we have to prepare this shit so that we use that good environment that I've sort of paved a way for myself in those 9 to 5 to get ourselves a launch pad out of the 9 to 5, you know. And I have the exact idea on how to do it, and we will have to prepare it before the September comes, because September is like the date. The 1st of September will be the date of the next strategic burnout, but this is gonna be extreme, bro. This is gonna be extreme as hell. I will really try to achieve in those 8 months more than people do in fucking 3 to 4 years, and it's gonna be extremely difficult, and I will try to mix it with some sessions of, I don't know, going out and approaching girls, and like to not become a weirdo throughout that process, basically. But I will, to some degree, I will become a weirdo if I didn't already because of this working sessions, because yeah, it's fucking tiring, you know. You don't even, sometimes when you're that much burned out, you don't even feel like talking to anyone. Like, you don't even, I wouldn't say feel the need, but you don't even feel other humans, bro. Like they exist. You just go on with your day, to the point like when you get out of society, you don't even function properly in the society when we talk about that level of burnout, right? So it's pretty crazy, but it has its points, and I have to remind myself, why the fuck am I doing this shit on a daily basis? And I have to remember, why am I doing this shit, so that every single day has its meaning, because it does, you know. I am talking about slaving away these days, like I'm slaving right now. But if I didn't in the past, I would not be able to get myself such an environment when it's actually, I think right now I'm in one of the best environments to quit the 9 to 5. Like this is the work, this is the job that will eventually help me do that. I know this for a fact, you know. And I work my ass off this shit. I work my ass for this shit. I worked 16-hour days. I worked fucking 200, 300-hour months to be able to meet so many people. I actually get access to jobs like this, you know. And even me speaking right now, I have this, like, my eye is like that, just dropping itself. But I'm not even doing anything. That's probably one of the symptoms of the burnout that I have. Even my organism right now is telling me to stop, you know. I got to the point when my own physical body is giving me signals to stop, you know. It's probably because of the nervous system exhaustion, you know, that I have. So this intentional burnout is gonna be the way for my life, basically. I think going through the extreme periods and like intentionally burning yourself out and using that periods, it really tells your brain what to focus on in certain of period, and it makes you incredibly focused. Like I know I didn't even push myself to the absolute limit, you know, to the point where I'm sure that I cannot go any further. And that's what I want to achieve in September, you know, because I don't have anything to lose anymore. Like, I've sacrificed so many things. I've sacrificed my fucking teenage years, my school, my friends, any type of relationships that I had. I only have like a couple of friends that I really enjoy spending time with and enjoy pushing with. But apart from that, I sacrificed everything, bro. my relationships, my relationship with my family. I have sacrificed it all, so there is no fucking way that I'm gonna turn back right now and stop all this shit, right? There is no way. Okay, of course there is no place to park in that job, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I got in. I'm gonna give you some feedback after the work shift. There's also the thing, I actually parked my Ferrari finally. There's also the thing that there's so many ideas that I want to achieve and realize and do, that I get lost in this shit. So today on my 9 to 5, if I finish earlier, let me see if I need to even pay for this place. No, I don't. Bro, it's free on Sunday and Saturday. What the fuck was that? Bro, I could park there yesterday for free. Yeah, that's pretty painful. Okay, anyways. If I finish today the tasks of like covering the files and getting the script for the prologue videos, to get everything sorted for tomorrow, to record this at my home. I'm sorry, bro, I have problems to even speak and think right now. Like, what the fuck is that? Then if I do that, then we will try to do this giant checklist of preparation tasks. All right, that's my idea. I want to prepare as good as possible for the next September to June burnout sprint and extreme work season, because I will not let that slide again. That I get burned out, I go through all this shit, I suffer the circumstances of extreme work season, and I get mediocre results. Like, that's not gonna happen. If that's gonna happen again, if I would think that's gonna happen again, I would not even fucking bother to go through this shit. Because imagine working so many hours to then realize you failed. Imagine burning yourself out and like sacrificing all these things and being aware but still fail. You know, I also realize this. I don't want to be aware, I don't want to be self-conscious, and I don't want to be working hard to certain position and to certain goal and then fucking fail. I need to ensure that failure is not an option, and it will be impossible for me to fail, because going through all of that, it is hell, bro. I'm telling you, it's hell. And if I would be trapped in a 9 to 5 till the end of my life, I don't know how it would even look. So in that sprint work season, we gotta get out. Like, the first goal is gonna be to get out of the 9 to 5 rat race, and that's the only goal I'm interested in to accomplish. And I will sacrifice everything to do so. So I will not tolerate this situation that I sacrifice all these things and I go through all this shit, but then fucking fail because I was half-assing this day or this day. No, like, from September there is no half-assing. There is no days off. There is no fucking... It's like the jokes are over, okay? The jokes are over. I'm turning 19. I've been through that shit for 3 years already, trying, but I wouldn't call it trying, as I said earlier yesterday. So now it's either now or fucking never. That's my statement. Okay, I'm gonna clock in and see you guys after the shift. All right, guys. Last 16-hour shift of this fucking week is ended. So basically, to sum this up, I've worked 16-hour shifts 6th day in a whole week. And the last day that I didn't, unfortunately, I'm so depressed about that, I did work 8 hours. So I'm pretty mentally fucked up right now, and I feel like a fucking weirdo, but it doesn't matter, because you know what? Tomorrow I do this again, man. I'm going 5:30 to 9 p.m. 30.
And I will do that for 4 days straight to the end of the month. But then after that, we have planned a big fucking party, bro. I'm telling you, that's gonna be insane. And I'm excited to do that. And I feel like this model of extreme periods for work and for social are gonna be the best model for like my current lifestyle, you know. But also what I understand today is that it's taken me too fucking long, you know. It takes me too long to do things, bro. I'm too much in my head, bro. Like next month I will ensure it doesn't happen, and I will finally like get out of this house. I will just absolutely confirm the move out. Let's say like close the deal with the move out, get the fuck out of my parents' house, go on my own and quit the job, bro. I'm so much looking forward to this move, and I know I have not achieved this yet, and I'm not even on the trajectory theoretically, but I know that I'll do it. And it's like I can guarantee you guys, it's one good run that I do from September to June, and we're gonna accomplish super big things, you know. I know this for a fact. So we're just going back to a car, and I'm telling you guys, like I got back my power and I got back my fire inside of me because because I have hope, bro. Like I cannot imagine how you people live your lives. I can't imagine how people live their lives without any hope. Like you gotta hope you get out of this fucking system. How else are you going to fucking do this, you know? You're not gonna do this if you don't fucking believe. So the belief of getting out it's extremely important. I figured it out now, because when I was like the most burned out from these past months of working, I've lost hope. I literally just started thinking how I'm gonna accept my fate working in that job, you know. I started imagining how I will get used to this shit, and the truth is I will never get used to that, because that just fucking sucks. You don't want to, I don't want to work a job forever, bro. So but my mind was just so burned out from this shit, for just going every day, meeting all these people have already given up. They said, oh no, you're fucking delusional, what are you even doing? This system, it works that way, you cannot escape it. and because I was so tired of this shit, and I was just mentally burnt out, my armor for that bullshit and my armor for that cope went down, and I started listening to them, and that was like probably the worst point of my life. But now everything starts to slowly make sense. All right, I know I'm not in the place I want to be. I know I'm not I don't have any good results, but I know I'm coming for them, and I'm coming for them faster than I ever fucking had. So I'm just gonna get in the car and tell you one big important lesson that I can sum up I figured out today by listening to all the other people saying things around me. Okay, finally Ferrari is here. Isn't that the best feeling, bro? Just going into my car after 16 hours in the fucking building working. But we got there finally we got there. I know you can't fucking see me right now, but just give me a second. And bam. Alright, you see me a little bit. It's dark outside, I'm fucking sorry. No, I'm actually not sorry, fuck you guys. Well, it's gonna be difficult. I'm fucking trapped here. What the fuck did they do to me, man? That's insane. It's only on those fucking times when I'm super tired. These motherfuckers just parked almost right in front of me, and right behind me, and it's dark like crazy. I don't even see things, bro. This fucking asshole is parked like that. So I'm gonna, if I hit him, bro, fucking damn it. It's always on those fucking days when I just want to go home conveniently and shortly is that shit happens, bro. God damn it. Like, this is ridiculous. Okay, I got out, man. Fucking assholes. I hope I didn't hit them. Because I am not paying for my insurance for those tickets, bro. Okay, sorry, I got pissed. You don't even see me. How do I fix it? I cannot, unfortunately, ride with a light, but that doesn't matter, bro. Then I'm just gonna speak. And wait for the lights when they appear. So, fuck this garbage. Today, what I learned today. After working 16 hours and just staring at the water, but using the opportunities to talk to people as much as possible, you can actually learn a lot. Trust me, you can. No, you fucking can't. I'm joking, but you can learn about yourself. Because if I can go, be careful. Because if I can work 16-hour days in a job when it's just pure mental suffering and responsibility for other people, then if I can do that for 16-hour days straight for like 6 days of a week and keep going 4 days in a row after that, because that's like how my end of the month is gonna look like, then I can do fucking anything. I'm telling you guys, I figured out that the only thing I need right now is just the right leverage, you know? I just need to now use the finances I have been fucking saving for like 7 months right now. And I need to use that directly into my business strategy, go all in, and finally quit this, you know? I imagine in this work, when I'm sitting there and just saving away those hours, I imagine the day when I quit and when I finally make this shit happen. You know, it just makes me feel so good just picturing this shit. It's like insane. And I know then after that why I'm doing all those things. It gives me hope, as I said earlier. Without the hope, there is nothing left, bro. If you don't have hope that you will get out of the situation that you're in and that everything has its meaning, then you're fucking doomed to be super miserable. That's what I think, because I actually did that. I lost that hope and I was super miserable. But the important thing is that I need to higher up my standards. If I don't quit this job in the next 3 months maximum, then I'm a fucking loser. I am a loser already, but if I don't quit it in the next 3 months smartly, then I'm a fucking loser, you know? And it made me realize that I'm close to being 19 years old. I'm still 18. Yeah, I'm moving out of my parents' house. It's not always the best, but I feel like mentally it's gonna be good. I'm taking these steps, I'm working this job, I'm not really training. Like I'm just a piece of shit, you know? I'm nowhere near when I want to be. I realized that, and I just figured it out that I should stop fucking coping. That it's because of my looks, it's because of I'm not lucky enough, or this is just how it's meant to be, or no, you know, you're good because you're trying, at least you're working hard. I realized, listening to some people, nobody gives a shit if you work hard. There is plenty of people in this fucking planet that work hard as fuck, and nobody gives a shit about them. And nobody gives a shit about the fact that they work hard. You know why? Because in this sick world, only results matter, okay? If you don't have results, then you don't really matter at all. And the effort that you justify your fucking failure for doesn't matter, you know? I remember this video I watched from Tate when he said, you know, when you lose a fight, you lose a fight.
Nobody's gonna say that, oh, he lost the fight because he was tired. They're gonna say you lost the fight, and it's super accurate. Nobody is gonna talk about me if I don't get the things done that I want to get done, and I will not truly be satisfied in my heart anyway. And I think this is what's wrong with people when I see around, that they sort of accept the fate that they have in the job, and they start to try and learn how to live with it and how to accept the fact that, okay, we are working this 9 to 5 and it's fine. We have to accept this now in our mind, and somehow start to get comfortable in that position, and that's why they don't level up. And I also fall into that trap. For a significant period of times, I was like making pretty decent money for my age, because most of the fuckers in my age do not make any money because they're still in school. And I was making like a couple of grand a month because of working a minimum wage. And I didn't realize that, because of this ego trap, that this is still trash. Like I'm still fucking broke, you know? And this is still trash that I sort of earn money, but I sell my time in a minimum wage. It fucking sucks, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I started justifying that and learning how to accept this. Like, yeah, most of the people in your age, they don't make any money, you know, and they're just broke, and you should be happy about that. That also was my parents used to say. That's why I fucking crave to move out of my parents' house, because I don't believe in most of the things that they say to me anymore. Because why the fuck would I listen to them if they live like they live, and I don't want to live like that. So, and you can think, a lot of people argue on that, that you should not move out, you should stay in your parents' house and save money. And I'm not gonna say my final opinion for that yet, because in fact I didn't do it yet, so I will not be given any reason to like give opinion. But from my perspective, I just pay with my mental health living with my parents. So the decision is pretty obvious, because there is gonna come a day anyway when I need to find a way to make certain amount of money to justify my needs and to get what I want. So why don't I learn this earlier if I fucking can? And why would I slowly like sort of delay this period, when there are also positive side of things because of that move out? Because you will actually get, I think you will get so independent, and you are gonna be like this, you're gonna make a difference. Like, there's not that many 18-year-olds that really moved out from their parents' house and are now living on their own comfortably. I'm not saying that you should purposefully put yourself in the rat race, although I'm sort of doing that, but I'm telling you, I know how to escape it, so it has a purpose. But most people go and they're moving out, they take a job and they work there forever and they don't do anything. That's not my plan. My plan is to move out and put an entire season of focus to getting out of the job as fast as possible and to becoming free. Because in my mind, I just imagine that there is nothing fucking better than living independently free, if you're even financially free, let's say, on your own at 18, 19 years old. Like, that, to me, it sounds so fun. It sounds so fun that this vision actually encourages me to do that shit and to do that move. Yeah, I'm gonna suffer for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna suffer for probably a long period of time before I figure it out. But the journey is the reward, and I will not have to suffer forever if I get out right now. So that's my thinking. You know, maybe I'm just talking shit because I'm tired and all, but that's what I think, is that moving out could be the best move I make. I'm gonna struggle a bit, but I feel like the responsibility that's gonna hit me, because I'm this kind of person that if something doesn't like really wake me up to like work my ass off, then I cannot really make that much of a stress inside of myself just by my mind. Yet, I didn't figure it out. So I'm just gonna use outside forces to do that for me, you know? Because if something's gonna work, then it's not stupid, right? And basically, I've realized that my emotions, my emotional state doesn't fucking matter, bro. Yeah, it matters to some degree, but I just want to achieve my goals. That's what I want to do. I just want to know when I die that I gave my best every single day towards the things I wanted throughout my life. I may don't know yet exactly what I want, but I will figure it out and I will get it. That's my mindset now. And there is nothing that's gonna stop me from doing that. Alright, so to sum all this up, I found myself a task for tomorrow. So if I'm gonna sit at the job for like 16 hours again, then maybe perhaps I'm gonna try to sort of tell other people I'm antisocial, because I don't mind talking to those kind of people for like 16 hours straight. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm antisocial and just go and do the entire module of Charlie Morgan's free course, because I wanted to do that for a long period of time already, and I think this is the best occasion to do that. So the target for tomorrow is to, of course, use the brakes as well as possible and sort of find a way to also work there. But if I can't, then I use my headphones and I will listen to the entire Charlie Morgan's course, because maybe 16 hours will be enough. If not, then this is my goal for these next 4 shifts in a row that I'm gonna have to finish that module. That's my goal, because I will finish the module, and throughout the work I will also earn like 2k in 4 days, you know. So I'm gonna stack a lot of bread before I move out, and everything starts to make sense right now. I just need to stop self-sabotaging myself, stick to this fucking process for a little longer, and just push until I get the result. There is no justifying by hard work, by effort, by any of this bullshit. Now, I only care about results. I only care about results. Because I'll tell you something. Today I was working at my prologue series that I want to record on this channel, and to do that I needed to clean up sort of the gallery of all the old photos, and I need to choose the best still to like describe the story well, and also what I really want to talk about in the video. And I sort of looked at myself from 2023, 2024, 2025, and even 2026 to right now. So it was like, what, 3.5 years? And I see at what position I am in compared to what I was talking to everyone, what I'm gonna achieve and where I'm gonna be. And I just felt this big fucking shame about myself, and I like sort of disgust that I'm just pretty fucking weak and I'm just a piece of shit. And I'm not telling that to like destroy my self-worth and talk bad about myself and go cry like a baby. That's not my objective with that. My objective is to bring self-awareness to the problem and to the fact that these 3.5 years that I was in the self-improvement, I was half-assing the things I should do, because if I didn't, we would not even have the conversation that we have right now about quitting the 9-to-5, because I would already make enough money to escape it, like even before I started working in it. And that gives me this feeling of responsibility that
the reality that I have right now and the lifestyle I have right now, it's my fault. And I just stop with these excuses and admit that I fucked this up. I should stop. I shouldn't half-ass this all the time. And now I'm gonna change it. So it's not like you should not insult yourself because that just is stupid and you're gonna be blah 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 blah. That's not how it works. I'm insulting myself because I'm acknowledging the fact that I truly fucked up. Because now I'm gonna kill this little ego that I've built. That, oh, you know, I've been listening to the self-improvement stuff for so many years now, so much time. So I'm actually smart, you know, and I'm actually something. But when I look at those photos and I really look at people around me and at myself and what results I accomplished, I really ain't shit. I really ain't shit, and I need to catch up because I'm pretty much behind. That's what I realized today. So now I'm gonna go home, sleep for as much as I can, wake up tomorrow 5:30, 9:30 p.m., 16-hour work shift. Let's fucking go. We need to give more effort because I will not accept any half-assing anymore. I will not accept half-assing anymore, and I hope that this fucking channel is gonna make me accountable for the words that I speak to you guys about this transformation. So follow the ascension. There's gonna be big things happening. Just let me quit that fucked up chaos that I'm in. It's just like 4 more days of chaos and I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna post so much more videos then. But even though I'm working 16 hours almost every single day, I try my best to post those videos, and I do. I just drove back home in my car and I made this video. So I'm trying my absolute best for this documentary to be the biggest and the most legendary transformation you have ever witnessed live. See you guys tomorrow.